Good morning, lovely people. This is Sean and I am down at the lovely place, and today's a big day. I got a big smile on my face because I'm excited. This is something I've been waiting for a long time, and that was to get to the point where we can repair the ditch that's alongside of the driveway. When we first bought the property, one of the first things we did was have a bulldozer come out, and we made a beautiful driveway. I mean, it was smooth edges with a nice little dip for drainage. And over the last 2 years, almost 2.5 now, in the winters especially, we have had lots of rain. Here in Tennessee, I think we average around 42 or 44 inches a year, and most of that comes in the wintertime. And it has just rutted out because we're on an incline, we're on the side of a hill on parts of our driveway, and that water comes down and it's just rushed down. We put some tiles or culverts across, but I don't think we put enough, so we're going to lay 3 more culverts today, or at least that's what we're going to do during this project. I don't know that all this is going to get done today, but we're going to smooth out with an excavator. Got a gentleman coming up, he should be here any minute, and he's going to be smoothing out the ditch. And I think we're going to fill in where it's kind of rutted down, because I mean there are places where it's at least 2 feet deep and it's pretty narrow at the top. So we're definitely going to need to pull that apart, kind of bring dirt in, raise it up, smooth it with a nice bucket. And then I bought fabric that we're going to lay in there, and we're going to put the 5 to 9 inch riprap that we had delivered in one of our most recent videos that I just uploaded. You ought to check that out when we got the rock, and I really went into a lot more detail on why we're doing this and so on. But today we're going to begin making it all happen, and it's going to be really cool. I considered renting my own mini excavator and doing this, and I originally had someone give me a price to do it. It was out of my budget. And then I came across a connection, and he gave me a fair price, and I feel like it's fair to everybody. And it made more sense hiring an expert, someone who's done this a lot, to do it versus me spending, you know, maybe about half of the money in just a rental. And so I'm hoping it all works out. We're expecting that this will take a total of 2 days. We shall see if that's going to be the case or not. But let's go on down there and meet him at the road, and he'll be coming in real soon. We'll get this ball rolling. He made it. He's here. He's got his little mini-X off the back of his flatbed. I know he was planning on having a dump truck with him here today. I'll find out what the plan is there, because we're going to be pulling out a lot of dirt from these ditches. And the plan is to take it, put it in the truck, and then dump it somewhere. So we'll figure that out here in a second. All right. We got this Kubota here. We don't have a dump truck, and we don't have his larger mini-X. So here's the story. Here's what has happened. He had a cylinder go out on his dump truck, and therefore we don't have a dump truck. So he's going to bring a skid steer back tomorrow. We're going to put piles of dirt on that side so that we don't get it over here and cause more erosion problems as time goes on. And then tomorrow when he brings the skid steer, we'll move that dirt and pile it in one spot down there. Here we go. This is a little guy. It's going to take some time, but we're going to get it done. The plan is starting up here toward the road and work our way down. Go ahead and do all the digging today and all the dirt moving out of the ditches, getting it nice and rounded. And then maybe we'll be putting rock down, fabric and rock down today as well. We're trying to figure out where this first tile is going to go. And what do you say, about, what is that, 30 yards up that way, maybe less, 20? That's where it starts, digging a ditch. Yep. And then down here, it's stayed pretty clean. Or probably what's really happened is it's washed dirt down into that. It's really not staying. It's just washed so much dirt because we had topsoil piled up right there forever, and it's just been washing that down and filling that up. Okay. So that's what did that. So we do need to dig it on through.
Yeah. I think we put that tile right here about about where that fence post is.
Just going across.
See the deepest part on the other side?
Yep, that makes sense.
See, if we put it over here, we're going to have to dig out in order to get our grade right.
That makes sense.
So over there, we can just dig and pop it out on that side.
See, that's why you know, that's why you do this stuff.
No.
You know it. I agree. I'm with you on that. I'll drag the tile down that way.
I'll get it.
Oh, well, of course you will. You got a thumb on that thing, don't you?
That's right.
I'm used
Best
to.
thing ever invented.
I tell you, I want one. You what now? This end here?
You always want your bale. That's what they call it on concrete pipe, but it'd be that on this.
Okay.
The male part for the entrance of the water.
For the entrance of the water.
Yep. The female side for the exit.
Gotcha. Makes sense, I think.
Female for the entrance, male for the exit.
That sounds more like it. That sounds more like it.
So when you're putting them together, if you had multiple ones,
Yes.
you know, the male part goes inside the female part.
I hear you. All right, thank you. Nice little education this morning.
Well, I had it wrong.
He wants it at that angle, and it's kind of angling up that way due to the fact that the water's coming this way, and we want it to go in. And we'll put some rock on the other side to prevent that from going past it, won't we?
Yep.
Nice. So are we gonna hit the ditches first or dig tiles first?
Put the tile in first.
Yeah, okay.
You get at least 3 or 4 inches of coverage on top. That way you know how to set your grade of the ditch.
Roger that, all right. Perfect. And our intention, by the way, is not to, well, this is shallow, so this is good. But there's some of them that are a lot deeper, and we don't want to go too deep. But by the time we fill it with some 5 to 9 inch rock, it's going to need a little depth. And but we don't want to dig into this driveway at all. We want to dig into this bank and smooth it over toward it. By the way, just to let you know, I don't know if I finished the story. So his dump truck's in the shop, and he had a problem with his mini excavator, which is one size larger than this one. And so he leased this one for 6 months. And so he's got a contractor rate on this thing, which means that he, you know, if he keeps the jobs coming in, he's gonna do okay. But I hate it for him that his is down. It would have been a lot better for him and for the job, because it's a little bigger than this one. But I don't think this was gonna have any issue. In fact, this kind of gets me excited, because I plan on renting. I was gonna even rent one to do this job, but you know, seeing this done firsthand the first time by a pro, I will feel confident renting one this size if I ever need to, and getting to work with it. And again, this is a Kubota U55-5. real good call. This is coming out, it's gonna come out pretty level, so this could just run right into the yard here. Picking a spot where it's already low on this end makes good sense. We're gonna roll her in there and see what happens. How you liking it? We got a drop. You wanna come this way with it? The ditch is about here. A little more? Good. I think that's probably close. Here's the center of the ditch, just so you know. So probably on back this way slightly. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably it. You can judge it up here if you want to go back a little, I don't know. That's where I don't really have the answer. It's at a good angle.
It is.
Yeah. So you see the center of the ditch here, or what's currently the center. We can probably bring the center this way a little bit, maybe, I don't know.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah, I think so. And it got a nice drop to it. Sweet. Just right. right, it's time to break dirt in the ditch. We got the culvert down. He's packed it in as good as he can with this little mini-X. Now, let's start seeing how we do on this rounding out the ditch stuff. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's a good start. That's a good start. I'm easy to please, right? Just not to take too much off of this side over here, but to bring it into it here. He was telling me that he wants to mainly get the contour and the bottom the way he wants it, and then he can come in with a skid steer if he needs to and do something to the edge of this. That makes sense, because I was asking if it might be a little steep, and he said he can come in if necessary and kind of take a little bit more off the edge of this hill here. Man, we're gonna have a nice flow. That rock is gonna hold it all together. The fabric I bought, again, it's 6 foot across, so by the time we come down 3 feet and up 3 feet and maybe a foot in the middle, probably 2.5, foot in the middle, 2.5, I think it's going to serve our purpose well. shaped rock up in there. He's into artifacts and stuff, and he spots a lot of things when he's digging that are interesting. Interesting rock. It's a smiley face. It's happy like me. Yeah, I am happy. This is starting to take shape, guys. Doing a really good job. This is the least of our problem up this way. So what we're going to be digging in here soon is much deeper, and that's as it curves up and it goes up the hill. So we got a lot of digging ahead of us. I think I should have brought some sunscreen. I bet Mrs. Lovely packed me some and I just didn't look for it in my truck. She takes good care of me. I got a sandwich up there in the tractor and some other snacks. She hooked me up. She couldn't be here with us today. She's here in spirit though. She would like to see this. That's the beauty of YouTube, right? Look what we just dug up. That's some pretty rock. Look at that. That is nice. Who knows what this is called? Let me know. thing, don't we?
When I get back to my truck, I'm going to.
It's a squeaker.
I worked it the other day in the rain, and that's what done it.
Yeah. So we're getting to the point where we're going to stop the ditch here real soon, because the runoff from up there has not been so drastic that it's ate out a trench and created a gully. And so I think the plan is, as we get closer to that point, we're going to bring in, kind of narrow it a little bit. But he said a lot of that work he'll need to do with the skid steer tomorrow when he brings it to dress that, contour it just right, as it transitions from just grass and a small ditch into the riprap. So we'll see how that ends up looking. I'm looking forward to it. This is awesome. I'm going to turn around and let you see the whole thing here so far that we've done today. It's about 10:30. I think we started about, I don't know, 8:30 perhaps, something like that. Been going a couple hours maybe. Looking good. Dropping this way, and it comes around, it curves, and it all drops this way. I believe that's why it starts getting deep, because everything from that point up is falling off over there, but over here we're coming down here. I believe we'll be okay right here. So what's next? Which way do we go? Which way do we go? Which way do we go?
Let's go down there and dig the tile.
Go get the tile next?
Yeah, we'll do it.
And then we're gonna work from this tile to that tile? Okay, sweet. All right, let's do it. Sweet.
Then I brought some fabric staples. If we got time, we can go ahead and layer fabric in the ditches.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't know if you were ready for that, or if,
well, it is, but
did you want to do any skid steer stuff at the top first?
I think I may make a couple swipes there
before we put the fabric in, because the fabric's been going to the grass. I want to just focus on digging and see where we get, and then we'll determine the fabric.
I don't know. I think you're going to like that edge.
Yeah.
Being able to mow against it, and the rock being right up to it instead of being tapered.
Right. I was noticing how this side, the side you're coming into, seems to taper better, because you can smooth that bucket up.
Yeah, it tapers more.
It tapers more coming up. So the idea thing, since we're on a hill, we can't do it, and plus we'd be getting into his property, and we wanted to put the dirt over here. It would have been good if you could put that side, your tapered side, but at the same time you'd mess your grass up too, because you'd get dirt all in your grass, and over here we got a nice clean grass line. So maybe this is the best way to go. I got a little Ryobi electric, and this is a DeWalt we got here. She's gonna sound a lot better now.
Yes. They usually tell you when they need grease.
Yeah, they don't hide it from you, do they?
They'll talk to you.
We'll find every zerk we can find. All right, so our next plan of attack is to put this tile across here. Now let me show you something. We've already got a tile here. When we put the driveway in, my dozer man, he put this tile right here, which we thought was the lowest point. And you know what? It kind of looks like it is. But what's going on here is we've had so much erosion up here that this used to be a ditch, and it's filled up because it took dirt off the hill and it filled this up. And as you can see, there's more mud right here on this curve than there is anywhere else on the driveway. So I bought this other tile in order to thinking that this was not the lowest spot. And as I look at it from this side, I believe I'm kind of right. I know it's a waste that we have a tile there and we put one here, but not necessarily. That tile catch everything coming that way. This tile catch everything coming this way. So it can't hurt. I'm definitely not digging that one out. But as far as the low spot, I'm thinking maybe right here. Maybe kind of in line with that post right there. Alternatively, could come here. We definitely want to angle it this way because we're catching what's coming down through there. I don't know. It doesn't necessarily have to be at the lowest spot. We might not want it to go that far before it pulls it off. We might want to do it right up here. Let me talk to him and see what his thoughts are. All right, so we had us a little powwow and we came to a good agreement, didn't we, Joe?
That's right.
We're gonna get her done. Now, I want to point something out to you. We have when I first bought the property, I thought we hit gold. I thought we had a spring. And what we've got is, I think they call it a wet spring. That means, if I'm right, that means when it rains for, you know, many days, solid, that you start having water gush out of these holes right here. Look at that. Anyway, and there's a couple more up through here. But on this hillside, water just flows out here. And so we're gonna make sure that we trench this. You can see where it's brought dirt across, mud. We're gonna trench that appropriately. And then we're gonna make sure that we take this existing culvert that I've torn up thoroughly with my 3150 Rhino. Anyway, we're gonna build up so that the water coming from that direction really goes into this, including that spring. And then a little ways up there where that roll of fabric is, that's where we're going to take the culvert across here to catch everything coming down the hill. This in the middle, we're going to figure it out. All right, it's not a different day, but he saw me in that black shirt and he gave me a t-shirt, and so this is breathable. I feel a lot better, and it's not black, it's not drawing in all that sun, so I'm feeling much cooler. We're going to get her done now. This one we're not going as much of a steep angle because we got to go a good little distance to get it off the hill over here off the side. This shirt's a lot cooler. Thank you. Whew, I feel refreshed already. Trying to get all that gravel on the road for me on the driveway, not to waste it. black t-shirt as a sweat rag now, or to guard me from the sun, because that sun is blaring. And if you ain't seen a redneck from Tennessee, now you know one. together there, it looks like. That's just gravel. That's just gravel. It, but he was commenting that you could smell the rotten roots down under the ground, that obviously there were trees here at some point. May have been here when we built the driveway. There may have been trees all the way out here, and those roots, some of them have obviously gotten real rotten and they stink. good. Looking really good. That's gonna drain so well right there, coming off this hill. I want to show you how deep it's gotten in places. That's okay. We'll be going about that deep as we dig it. Level it off a little bit. It's gonna be a little longer than our tile, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it.
Yep, contour, put some rock in there. All right, he's gonna throw the tile in there and see how she looks. So I gotta admit something to you folks. Until I bought this property and started doing this mess, I had never heard these things called tiles before. Of course, I never messed with them, never done anything with them. I've just always known them as what I would call a culvert. So the name that everybody around here uses is tile. I wonder if that's the case all over the country or the world. Maybe just a smudge. Not I wouldn't say. I could hit it with my foot probably, but I wouldn't go much probably. Yep.
We got plenty of room over here.
Say again?
That'd be perfect.
You think that's good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds good to me. And we got a nice drop again.
Yep.
Good job. Yep. walking beside of him. We're going up to the top of the hill, and we're going to determine where we're going to put this last tile at. Let me show you where the current tile is and what's happening right up to it. So here's the current tile, goes across there, and it is eating out. I mean, we are down 3 feet probably right there. So we're going to put one up toward the top, get this water off here before it starts doing this. And of course we're going to clean this up and put the riprap on it as well. It's bad, ain't it? It's bad. But it's going to be all good soon. Indeed. We're at. Okay, so look at that. You see how it angles right here? And it goes into this? It would be cool. Take it right here, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what we need to put it.
Because it's going on this side.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it right here.
Yeah.
That'll do it. The only thing I question is that we don't have much rutting out right here. So there's not a whole lot of damage being done from this point up. So I almost question, should we move that down? In other words, we could bring that ditch right there down this way a little bit more and then curve it in and come on up here. Just me thinking out loud. We'll see what he thinks. He's the pro. We added all this rock. But yeah, from here down, it's dying. It's bad. Okay.
I'm thinking right here where it starts getting bad.
Okay, so JoJo's thinking right here where it starts getting bad. We are in agreement. That way he don't have to dig that way as far before it starts to drain down into it. And this is where it's already getting bad. We know there's an issue here. And then we'll take that over there, draw it right into it, and cut off into the woods. Sweet plan. Look what I was just standing in. Woo! That ain't no fun. At least they don't look like they're red ants. I've been hit by those before down in Florida. They're coming this way. Some are here already. Hey JoJo, we can fill up some of it. Yeah, he knows. Yep. We're gonna fill it up right here and curve it on down that way. Nice. I hope y'all ain't thinking, man, he's a pain in the butt to work for me. It's not the case normally, because we build a good relationship and we're just two guys kind of working together. That's how I like to do it. I'm not the kind of person that wants to stand over somebody and, hey, you missed that, you missed this, blah, blah, blah. No, you know, interact with everybody. Understand they're the professional. They know better than you. But anybody who's a professional, who is truly smart, they realize that input is not a bad thing. Now, had he not agreed to you know, the whole recording deal that we're doing here and been cool with what I described, I would have never done this. And there have been people that I've worked with where I've asked the question and they're just, you know, would rather kind of stay silent and all that stuff, and I respect that. But I love working with people like JoJo here because I actually have fun doing this. And I think they have more fun for it too than just being out here all alone on a piece of equipment all day, because it breaks up the monotony. This is something that you guys who do this kind of work, you're alone a lot. There's a lot of solitude, and you may like it that way. And I may annoy the fool out of some of you. We probably wouldn't want to work together. But for those people who kind of enjoy cutting up a little bit, having a good time, chilling out, and coming to some good conclusions and making a good plan together, this job's for you. see something like this, beware. There's two lookalikes. One of them's poisonous and one of them's not. Get to know them. Keep your kids away from them. Keep everybody away from this stuff. Make sure it's not the poisonous one. I think one's called Queen Anne's lace, and then there's something else, and I couldn't tell you right off. My Mrs. Lovely, she could tell you which one's which. She could tell you what this one is, but they look so much alike. Whatever it is, I would stay away from it entirely. Look it up. It causes some really, really bad issues. We had a lot of runoff right here before too, so we're going to be able to build that up with this. That's good. So the driveway, yeah, it was falling. It was running off right down there, and it was part of what caused this issue too. So this is going to fix a lot of problems.
Red shirt.
Say again?
Red shirt.
Red shirt, or dirt. Red shirt.
What they build pads out of. Pads for homes.
Really? What would that go for a truckload, you think? We might sell this whole deal.
If it was state, if it was state approved.
Yeah.
Anywhere from $400 to $600 a load. It's just according to the area you're at.
Right. So he's telling me that this dirt here is called red shirt, and they use it to make a lot of bases for homes and things for construction. And if it's state approved, you could get, I don't know if we could get it, but by the time it's trucked in and everything, you're looking at $400 to $600 a load, he said. And I'm assuming.
Roads, I mean, you know.
Say again?
I mean, you can build anything out of, you know, roads.
Oh yeah, anything you need a solid base. So this is great for the driveway.
Compacted in.
Yeah. It'd be good for a pond.
Yeah. It's got a lot of rock in it.
A lot of rock.
But
What was the stuff you said that we should put in the bottom of our pond?
bentonite.
Bentonite. And you get that at your local co-op.
Yeah, you can get, yeah.
And bentonite, it's like pellets.
Well, it's more of a powder.
Powder.
Yeah. But it's clay. You know, I don't know how it gets to form a powder, but
Yeah.
it's clay, and
When it gets wet.
yeah, when you line the bottom of your pond with it, it gets wet, it expands.
About how, you know how thick you got to line the bottom? Just a dusting?
Yeah, just a dusting with a broadcast spreader.
A broadcast spreader. We're gonna try that, because we're gonna be building a big old pond up here one of these days. Hopefully sooner than later. And we need it to seal. pretty much everything that's causing this should go through there and off into the woods. Let's just hope we're good between here and there before it gets to that culvert down there. I like the depth we've got here too. We're not up here at the surface of the driveway. It's only a 12-incher, and we're probably good 24 inches at least, right there at the deepest part. Easy now. Footer, maybe even a 30 for this one. That would have been nice. But we'll put some rock over there on that end. Intersects with it, but we're gonna bring it this way anyhow, right? Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that ditch there and bring it in on up that way, but it couldn't hurt because it'd be nice to have that runoff in there in the woods instead of trenching all this out, and who knows where it will want to go. Just be safe. Kind of got the rear end of this thing. That's pretty steep. I've mowed on this many times, and it kind of slopes off good right back there. You can see that cedar tree right there, and then how that's the middle of it. We got some lint, so it goes pretty deep right behind those bushes there. He's got me a good trench. I'll tell you, that blade, that saves you right there. Being able to put that down and stabilize yourself. saying that, but I'm flat out excited about this. I mean, if y'all have been following the channel, you know how much this has been bugging me. I just know, well, I don't know this, but I think we're gonna need more rock than that. That's 2 truckloads. It's probably about 44.5 tons or 45.5 tons. I can't remember, but by the time we dig all this out and put the riprap down through there, I'm just curious how far it will go. It'll be interesting to see. Well, he's taking it all the way to the woods. He came back up this way, flipped around, and taking it out. I want to point out to you, this here he's pulling up right now is topsoil. You can see the difference in this. And this chert dirt here, this red stuff. Yeah, for a pond, unless you did something to treat this, that water would just seep right on through this, I'm sure. Need to put some good clay down. Or that bentonite stuff he was talking about. I'm interested to learn more about that. But we got a good runoff now. We're going to tie this ditch on this side that comes up through there into this. He's living on the edge. Topsoil laid out for me. I can seed that stuff. Nice of it. No fear. Me? I'd be all puckered up. Y'all know me, I won't even mow that hill over there with my tractor. No way. I've seen too many of them that have flipped over and killed somebody. Whew. Just watching him makes my heart skip a beat. Swinging that around, which is heavy, with the blade on this side. He's Evel Knievel. Sure, we're gonna figure out where she needs to go. All right, we found the spot. We got it right where we want it. Looks good. Get you some pictures. Good deal? Yeah. We'll put some rock in here so when this drains out it won't rut things too bad. He's back there. I'm walking up here to the tractor. I'm gonna grab my tripod for this camera. I'm also gonna bring the tractor up this way. I've got a sandwich in the tractor. It's afternoon now and I'm getting hungry. And I know he is too. He said he brought him a sandwich as well. But he's covering up that tile. We'll check it out when we get back. He should be just about done with that. And then we're gonna start digging our ditch up at the top of the hill and working our way all the way down to this tile. And he's got something said he wants to do in between this tile and that tile that'll be interesting. And then we got to go up all the way up there and meet our other ditch. So lots of work ahead of us still. And then we got to lay fabric and rock. Yeah, it's a day's work for sure. I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. I'm having a blast. Oh my goodness, this is good stuff. It's funny. I'm simple. I get pleasure out of each project. Now I've got 1,000 other projects that need to be done. If I thought about all those, I'd probably be a little depressed right now. All right, I'm starting to get real depressed, come to think of it. Just kidding. I'm still happy I'm on this high, but that's why you got to go from project to project, get them done, so that you can keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, this has got to get fixed. Let's go get the tractor. Hey, he got it covered. I have to admit, I ate a few potato chips while I was down there, and I had a little bit of a leftover sausage and biscuit from a few hours ago that's been baking in this 100-degree cab in my tractor. I'm sure it was nice and healthy. And he already started the ditch up here, so check it out, and it looks good. I love the smoothness he's got going on right here. That contour is, I love this contour here. That's good. And he also just told me he had an idea. So you know, he's been filling this ditch right here because on this side of the driveway it comes down and it's been going out over that way. He's filling this, and his idea is at some point before it even gets down this way to take it out into the woods. So I'm not sure exactly where he's wanting to do that. Maybe right here, hopefully. But it's a good idea. That way we can keep that flat. Hey Jojo, where are you thinking taking it over? Right in here? Are you thinking about in this area or up yonder?
Probably before that rock pile.
Before the pile?
Yeah, you know, you see that mound it's got? Like between the woods and that little ditch?
Yeah.
You know, just shave that down enough where the water will go to the woods instead of coming all the way here.
We're not talking about a trench going across, just shaving it nice and smooth.
Shave, yeah.
That's a good plan, yeah. Cool. That's good. break time. I think this looks so good. What we got here is this runoff starting right up here. This is where the rock will start. And this is where it was getting a lot of action. It's gonna swoop in, go right out across. And that stuff down below that, it's not gonna have nearly the trouble that it's been having. Although we're gonna clean it up, we're gonna rock it. I think what we're looking at here is what I've been wanting, and that is a permanent fix. All right, it's lunchtime. See you in a second. friend JoJo just made me one heck of an offer. So we got to talking about how this culvert's gonna be putting out so much water, and I said, you know, it'd be good to get another culvert and attach it to another tile. Maybe get a 20-footer, take about 15 of it, put it here, he said, and then I could take another 5 and add to one of those down yonder. And he said this skid steer, he's gonna be leaving it here for about a week before he can come back and pick it up. And he said, if you want to, you can use it while I leave it here. I'm like, are you kidding me? And no, he's like, yeah, you can use it, and I can put that culvert in, cover it up with all this dirt. Oh yeah, I'm excited. That's gonna be fun. It's a Kubota, and it's got a cab and it's air conditioned. And then he told me, he said his excavator is also air conditioned. I said, buddy, you're suffering right now. He said, yeah, I'm suffering, because he's used to that cool cab air conditioner like I am in my tractor. And it's a hot one today, but that's exciting. Stay tuned for that. don't believe it. Yeah, my phone says it's about 84, 85 degrees right now. I have a hard time believing that. That sun, the cloud just covered the sun, so that's nice. Stay right there, cloud. Creatures. You ever just think God is so good? He is so good. Even when things are not going good, He is good. A butterfly, she just came back. Makes me think of my granddaughters. They love butterflies. Those granddaughters without thinking of my grandson too. I got some good news. So JoJo just pulled something out of the ground that is interesting, and I'd like y'all to take a look at it. So this looks like something that's been hand forged. This is steel, and those are nails. And you can see right there the head of that nail. Where it comes out the other side. They punch through that hand forged steel, and they pop these nails in there that they've made. And I gotta clean that up. Let's see what this is. If anybody has any idea what this is, please let us all know. A lot of history right here. Who knows? Whatever that is, it was buried deep. It was down at the very bottom of the ditch that he's digging, and yeah, you can see how deep he's digging. Right down there. I don't know what that is. Is that a can? It looks like it. Let me grab it. It's a lid for something. It's blue. It's got paint on it. Is it old or new? So what we found here is a lid. That says shampoo. That says cream. I'm not sure what that says up there.
This right here.
I found a glass bottle that was all busted up. Here's a few pieces, and he's looking at the other piece. What do we got?
This right here was either a Bear's aspirin.
A Bayer aspirin? Oh yeah, B-A-Y-E. That looks like a Bayer aspirin bottle.
Or it could be an old medicine bottle, because they were square shaped. This would have been the bottom of it.
Uh-huh.
And the names usually run up the
side?
Up the side.
Interesting. So here's a thicker bottle that we don't.
Number 6 on the bottom.
We got a number 6. Yep. Right there. And we don't think it had anything to do with this bottle.
No.
And that lid is probably unique. That lid may have went with this bottle here, because it looks like that might be the bottom, and it's kind of rounded. But I'll see if I can figure out exactly what that says. It's got the number 60 or 66 down here, I think. But it's a shampoo lid. Kind of cool. We'll dig a little deeper. wouldn't be rock I put in there. I don't think it is. I don't think that's my rock, is it? That's too deep, ain't it? Hold up a second. Look at that. This is a spinal column of a T-Rex.
Yes, it is.
We just found a vertebrae of a T-Rex. Wouldn't that be cool?
See, this has changed.
Yeah, it's changed big time. There's all kinds of glass down in here.
This was a big hole, and people, I guarantee you, some people put trash in here.
I'd say so. There's a bunch of glass. Wow, this is a big old thick handle from a mug. Oh well, we can't dig through all this, but history is so cool. Got some handle right here. That's thick glass. Don't know what that's to. But yeah, there was a hole here and somebody has filled it with stuff many, many years ago.
Come over here.
What you see, bud?
Right here. See that white glass on this, over here?
Up this way?
Yeah.
That. Yeah.
That's milk glass.
That's milk glass?
Yeah.
About how
Come
old?
a little further. There's a piece of clear glass right there.
Wow. Oh my goodness. It's got grooves in it. There's no telling what we're busting up here. Look at this. Grooves in that.
This was some kind of china,
That was some kind of decor.
plate. Some kind of plate. Or dish, some kind of small dish.
Yeah, maybe a candy dish or something like that. This is old. This is thick. It's smooth on this side. It's got these pretty grooves on this side. He said this was part of a milk bottle. This one has some decoration on it. That's leaves and flowers. This has a picture of a flower on it.
The milk glass?
Yeah. Something else. You see something?
Right there where my tooth is.
All right. Let me set this stuff down. Hold on 1 second. What you got?
It's at that first tooth, it's round.
This, oh yeah. Oh, that's just that's some kind of rubber. So it ain't nothing.
Yeah, somebody's dumped trash.
Hey!
Here. No bottom of the shoe.
We struck gold, y'all. Still smells ripe too. Just found this bottle. It says B6 on the bottom of it, and it's got this cool shape. Look at that. And it looks like it's hollow. It's got a hole there, so it must have had one of those squeezable droppers at one point. There's something in there. snail. That's a snail. That was crazy, guys. Somebody look up B6 for us and tell us what that is. Should be able to find that. Pretty slick. So we dug that so deep because we got all excited. He's now throwing some more good dirt on top of all that rock and stuff. So that was somebody's trash pile in the past, or a hole they used to bury trash in, I guess.
That's a bomb in the pub, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. After today and being the one out behind the camera, basically, I've always respected Mrs. Lovely, but I have a newfound respect for her and what she does and what she goes through to get these videos recorded for us. So a big thank you and a big shout out to you, Mrs. Lovely. We love you. Be using his skid steer all week, just cleaning up all these dirt piles. So we have dug up some old pottery. Probably I'm thinking from the 1800s. This is pottery, it's not glass. And you can tell by looking at the part where it's broken, the edges. You rub that, you don't get glass. This is absolutely pottery. And look at those designs. This is the first ones we found, the solid blue. Again, pottery. But it's been put together, I'm thinking, in some sort of, I would guess, a mold. I don't know. But this one, that's the beautiful one with the designs. There's a little bit of a design on that one too. You can see right down here. And then this is also got that leaf flower thing. It's got blue along the edge of this. Looks like may have been a plate or a saucer, I'm not sure. Pretty neat stuff. We're getting down here close to this culvert, the tile that's been here since the beginning. Well, since we put the driveway in. So we're definitely making some progress.
keep the water from hitting that bank and washing it out. What's the plan here? Building this up?
Man, I'm at a stopping point.
Look at this. I put this one in here. I've been meaning to get it out. You wore out?
That's quartz,
I think so too. I threw this one in, found it somewhere, and Mrs. Lovely said, "Did you throw that one in?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "You need to go back and get it." Well, here it is, honey.
Who did?
My wife. She's called Mrs. Lovely. You didn't know that? Dude, where you been? Well, lovely people, JoJo just told me that he thinks we're going to call it a day. It's a hot one. He's not used to not having a cab with an AC. It's about 3 o'clock, and you know, I'm not going to argue with him. I'm pretty doggone tired and hot myself. But I guess that being the case, the next video will show us completely finishing this, getting the fabric laid in this ditch, and then covering the or filling it in with the 5 to 9 inch riprap and making this ready for the rain. So I appreciate you joining us here at the lovely place. I hope this has been enjoyable. I think it's been very informative. I've learned a lot. I did not think we would go that deep, but you know what? As long as we got enough rock to fill it in, I think we're going to be fine. What I do believe is if we fill it in well with the rock, then this is going to cover us from here on out, and we're going to be just fine. I don't know how much water is going to wash into it now that we have that tile going across up there, so this may not have been necessary to go quite this deep, but you know, it's all about overkill. Let's do it right. But if you haven't done so, I want to make sure you come back, see the rest of this. So go ahead and click on the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up, like the video, so that this will get spread out and other people can see it. We appreciate you joining us, and we'll see you next time here at the lovely place. Take care of yourself, and God bless you.